Hello students, welcome back to our classes on CMA and financial management on chapter 1 decision making tools. So we are into transfer pricing. You would have seen my previous video on few problems on transfer pricing. So let's continue our classes on transfer pricing. So the problems which we are going to discuss today, the difficulty level will be little higher than our last video. So I have classified this as a separate video. So let's go into the problem. Yes, so last class we saw a little description about the transfer pricing, in which transfer pricing may be fixed as per marginal costing rule or absorption costing rule, which is a full cost rule, but that is actually derived from the policy which company maintains. The company maintains a transfer pricing policy, and that has to be in compliance with the prevailing regulations that is there in India. Maybe the Income Tax Act is one of the regulations. So any other regulations that is prescribed, it should also encompass the indirect taxes also, because that pricing can be made lower to the group company, and we have the company may evade taxes, lesser GST because lesser transfer price. So that may happen. That is called tax evasion. So that is also not that should also be not possible. So transfer prices should be appropriate, so in compliance with the indirect tax rules, in compliance with the direct tax rules, and in compliance with the company's own policy, which may prescribe some more stricter norms compared to the indirect taxes and direct taxes rules in India. So this is the overall description we saw, and various methodology can be used for costing the transfer price. So cost is a portion of a price, and over and above that, the margin or the contribution or the profit or the returns that is expected by the company is added to that, and the price is created. So the costing that is which is the most innate part of the price, maybe a full cost, maybe absorption cost, maybe a opportunity cost. So we saw some examples in our previous videos. Let us continue this problem, and this problem is based on the marginal costing philosophy. Let me go through the question. XY is a limited which has a system of assessment of divisional performance on the basis of residual income. So residual income, request you to refer my previous video. Okay, residual income definitions is given there. Has two divisions. Okay, so this company has two divisions, alpha and beta. Alpha has an annual capacity to manufacture 15 lakh numbers, and a special component, 15 lakh numbers of a special component that it sells to outside customers, but has a idle capacity. So alpha has a capacity of 15 lakhs, but it has a idle capacity. The budgeted residual income. So as we discussed in our last class, the term budgeted will come because we are fixing transfer price. Usually the finance department will get a task to fix the transfer price for the next financial year. So what will be the input that we will have? The budget numbers. So every department will give the inputs for making the budget. So budget will be made by the finance department. It will put under the cross functional review, in which all the department will come and complete review will be done, and the final budget numbers will be fixed, and that is what is the budgeted. So from that, the company will fix the target for each department. This is the target for you, this is the budget that is approved, this is the fixed assets that can be bought through this budget, this is the capex, this is the revenue expenditure. So all those will be derived from the budget. So there will be a budgeted P&L, there will be a budgeted balance sheet. Okay, at the end of every quarter, how the balance sheet will be changing, how the P&L will be changing, the detailed document stating the budget will be done by the budget division of the finance department. So the budgeted residual income for the beta is 1.2 crore, while that of alpha is 1 crore. So as per the budget submitted and final calculations that is done by the finance, the final report says that 1.2 crore is the residual income forecasted or budgeted for beta, and alpha 1 crore. Other relevant detail extracted from the budget of alpha for the current years are as follows. So sale 12 lakh units, the Alpha has sold at 180 per unit. So guys, we have to be grounded on the problem. Okay, so there is XYZ Limited and it has two division, and they have a system of assessment of divisional performance, but that is based on the residual income. Residual income we saw in our previous video, and we will also discuss about that in in this problem also. So the two divisions are alpha and beta. So the capacity of alpha is given, and the residual income requirement for the alpha and beta is also given. Okay, other relevant details, sale of alpha. So alpha, some more details are given. What is the selling price is given, how much unit that is sold, that is given, what is the variable cost, that is given, and divisional fixed cost. So it is 80,000, 80 lakhs. So fixed cost is given at P&L level for the whole period, but variable cost is given at the per unit level. So this itself shows that it is a marginal costing type of problem. So capital employed is 7.5 crores. So no, not to panic when you see some other new detail that comes. Capital employed is nothing but for the period is fixed, and for that period this is the capital employed. So which means they want to say that this is the investment that they have done, and cost of capital is 12 percentage. So cost of capital, so what is the cost of capital? So capital is the money that we have brought in for the business purposes. That money may be used for purchasing the fixed assets or also to feed your working capital requirement. So this is your whole investment. So how much money or how much cost you have incurred for, you have to pay back to the investors. Okay, that will be the cost of capital. So if it is equity money, it would have come from the equity investors, and we have to give back the dividend or other costs that will be related to equity. That is the cost of equity. Next, there will be a debt, and which is maybe a term loan, and it will have an interest rate, and that will be the cost of serving the debt. And there will be a debentures through which you brought in some money, and you would have given the debenture script to the investor, and the coupon rate on the debenture is going to be the cost of the debenture. So based on the weightage of the as part of the total investment, you can calculate the cost of capital. But that is a different topic. But here, this is what is the cost of capital for this company. It is 12 percentage, and 7.5 crore is the capital employed. Beta has just received a special order for which it requires components similar to the ones made by Alpha. So Alpha is making something, and it has some idle capacity which we saw earlier, and now Beta needs some of the item which is produced by Alpha. So fully aware of the idle capacity of Alpha, Beta has asked Alpha to quote for the manufacture and supply of 3 lakh numbers of components with a slight modification during the final processing. Okay, so alpha is making an item, and we know that the sales quantity is 12 lakh, and we also know the capacity of alpha is 15 lakh. So 15 lakh capacity in which we are making 12 lakh, so 3 lakh idle capacity is there. And good that our group company, which is a beta, is in need of 3 lakh numbers only. So which means we already have idle capacity for it, so there is no issue capacity point of view wise. Okay, but the component needs slight modification as per the requirement of beta. So alpha has to do some more additional work on that. Alpha and beta agree that it will involve an extra variable cost of 5 rupee per unit. So alpha is making some component for the market, and beta is in need of the same component. Alpha has idle capacity to make that component. Now that idle capacity is 3 lakh, and surprisingly beta also needs 3 lakh units. So which means alpha, once it supplies to beta, after quoting our transfer price, and beta is okay with the transfer price, and if we are going to supply to beta, alpha will be 100% capacity utilization. Alpha will be at 100% capacity utilization. So alpha need to do some more additional work, and for that the variable cost of 5 rupee per unit will go up. So the usual variable cost is 160. So to meet the requirement of beta, they have to do the additional work, and for that the variable cost will become 160 plus 5 rupees is equal to 165 rupees. Okay, so what do they need? You are required to calculate the transfer price which alpha should quote to beta to achieve its budgeted residual income. So you are the finance executive sitting in the Alpha Limited, and this Alpha company has, you have to give the quote. Okay, the technical department has said you this is the variable cost of manufacturing, and from the P&L and all those detail you have calculated that fixed cost as 80 lakhs. You know what is the capital employed, you know what is the capital cost of capital. Let's go into the problem. Okay, your textbook may have, one second. Yeah. So RI is nothing but residual income. So planned residual income for Alpha. So Alpha, as per the budget, we know the residual income is 1 crore. Okay. Next, residual income is nothing but divisional profit minus minimum desired return. So this we discussed in our last video also. If for example the divisional profit is 10,000 rupees and managements want 20,000 rupees as a return, what will be your residual income? 10,000 minus 20,000, which is minus 10,000. So which means we are lesser than the management's expectation by 10,000. So residual income is that kind of metrics in which whether we are making the management's requirement or we are falling below or we are better than the management's expectation. So if we are falling below the management requirement, it's going to be in negative. The management's requirement is minimum desired return. Okay, so residual income for Alpha as per the budget, it is 1 crore is equal to divisional profit minus minimum desired return. So what does the management needs for the 7.5 crores of capital employed? 12% return is what management is expecting. So 7.5 crore into 12% is management's expectation, which makes the divisional profit as 1.9 crore. So divisional profit has to be 1.9 crore so that the residual income of 1 crore can be achieved. So this is the inverse way of working and finding the divisional profit. So if divisional profit is 1.9 crore, okay, then management's desired return of 0.9 crore will be taken away and residual income of 1 crore can be achieved. So divisional profit. So how to calculate the profit? So profit is nothing but contribution, total contribution minus fixed cost. So total contribution that is required, we know divisional profit. So total contribution will be divisional profit plus fixed cost. So divisional profit, we know 1.9 crore is required to make a residual income of 1 crore. We need a divisional profit of 1.9 crore. Now 1.9 crore plus fixed cost of 80 lakhs is going to be 2.7 crore. So you have to make 2.7 crore of contribution to feed your fixed cost of 80 lakhs, okay, and to give 1 crore towards the residual income as per the budget, and also the desired return from the management, which is 12% on 7.5 crore, which is 0.9 crore or 90 lakhs. So 90 lakhs plus 80 lakhs plus 1 crore, everything put together, it comes to 2.7 crore. From the contribution side, you have to earn 2.7 crore so that the budget or the target residual income is achieved. Okay, so clear guys? Okay, so request you to rewind and see if you have any queries. So current contribution. So let us see the current contribution. Okay, because already the unit is having outside customers for the 12 lakh units. Okay, and they are selling at 180 rupees. So 180 rupees is the selling price and variable cost is 160. So 180 minus 160 is the contribution per unit multiplied by 12 lakh unit. So the total contribution will be 2.4 crore. So from the outside customer, we have already earned 2.4 crore against the target of 2.7 crore. So which means only 30 lakhs is left out. Okay, so additional contribution that is required is only 30 lakhs. Okay, and additional idle capacity we have 3 lakhs, and that we are going to sell to beta because beta's requirement is 3 lakhs, and this additional contribution we are going to achieve by selling to beta only. So we need 30 lakhs through selling the item to beta. So number of units to be sold to beta, we know 3 lakh. Beta also needs 3 lakh. We also have idle capacity of 3 lakh. So we are going to sell 3 lakhs to beta. So from beta, we need a contribution of 30 lakhs, total contribution. So contribution per unit will become 30 lakh by 3 lakh, which is 10 rupees per unit. Let's proceed for making the transfer price decision. Okay, so transfer price is variable cost plus desired contribution. However, beta needs some additional processing to be done on the alpha's usual product, and that additional processing will require 5 rupee of extra variable cost, which is also given in the question. So variable cost plus increase in the variable cost plus desired contribution will be the transfer price. So variable cost is given in the question as 160. Additional increase in the variable cost is 5 rupees. So 160 plus 5 rupees plus 10 rupees is the management's requirement, which is the contribution per unit of 10 rupees. So putting together, the transfer price will be 175. Okay, as a finance executive sitting in the finance department of the alpha, you have created a quote and you have given to beta. Okay, so now just for putting some more value addition to the result, okay, beta to consider the above quote, which is 125. So beta's finance department will receive a quote from alpha stating that we need 175 as a transfer price. Okay, please get your management's approval and release us the order so that we can start manufacturing as per your requirement. So now beta will receive this, and they will not just like that approve. Okay, though it is a group company, they will also check with the open market. Now with the open market may say greater than 175, then it is a clear cut decision. Our own unit is giving at 175. If they are quoting greater than 175, why should we go for that? So we will stick on to supplies from alpha itself. That will be the decision. Now there is one more case. Okay, it is lesser than 175 but greater than 165. Okay, so what does this show? Okay, you are getting a price, okay, from external vendor which is lesser than 175. It is lucrative and it is enticing, but we should not take a wrong decision here. If you see what is the variable cost, we have, because while making the transfer price decision, we have to see company as a whole. In this case, XYZ is the whole company. So company as a whole, XYZ is here. So company as a whole, you have to make the decision. So here 160 plus 5 is 165 is the variable cost. Okay, so greater than variable cost if the outside vendor is quoting, which means it's going to eat away the contribution of your group company. Okay, so at the group level, all or company as a whole, you are going to make lesser money. So in the case B, okay, which is the outside vendor is quoting greater than 165 but lesser than 175, in that case also we will go ahead from purchasing from our alpha itself. Okay, beta will purchase from alpha itself. So in case A and case B, both the case we will buy from alpha itself. So guys, don't be worried, this is not there in your question, but I want to give these three cases so that you can have some more knowledge on it. Maybe the question paper may have this three choices also if the question paper creator want to little bit twist the question and see the capability of the CMA students. So let me go to the case 3, which is 165, lesser than 165. If the outside vendor is quoting lesser than 165, then our variable cost itself is 165. Okay, if it is lesser than 165, then our contribution is going to increase by purchasing from the outside vendor. So at that time the decision will be different. Okay, we will go ahead with purchasing from the outside vendor. So anything greater than 165, it's better to buy from alpha itself for the beta company. Okay, anything lesser than 165, it is better to buy from the outside market, whoever is quoting that from the outside market. So that's the decision. Okay, just rewind and see the video. This is a critical decision making, may be useful for you, maybe it comes in the objective type question also. Okay, so let us move to the next problem. So here is a transfer price. again the transfer pricing problem. Let me read out the question. Transferor Limited, okay, has two processes preparing. So there is a preparing stage and there is a finishing stage. The normal output per week is 7,500 units per week. Okay, 7,500 unit at a capacity of 75 percentage. Okay, so Transferee Limited has production problem in preparing and require 2000 units per week of prepared material for their finishing process. So we have to read it very carefully, guys. So transferor is having the preparing stage and then finishing stage. So transferee has problem in preparing stage only. So they need a prepared material for doing the finishing. Okay, we don't need the fully finished item from transferor. We need the prepared item and it will be fully finished by Transferee Limited. The existing cost structure of one prepared unit at transferor. So after preparing, so preparing stage costing is alone given here. Okay, existing capacity is as follows. Material 2 rupees fully variable, variable 2 rupees per unit, 50 percentage variable, overheads 4 rupees per unit, 25 percentage variable, that is 1 rupee is variable, 25 percentage of 4 is variable, which is 25 percentage of 4 is 1 rupee, so 1 rupee is variable, 3 rupee is fixed. The sale price of the completed unit is of the transferor is 16 rupee with a profit of 4 rupee per unit. So here there is a twist. We have to identify the twist as and when it comes itself, so that while doing the problem we are not confused. Okay, so 16 rupees is a selling price, 4 rupees is a profit, which means the cost has to be 12 rupee per unit. 16 minus 4, 12 rupee. But here we have the breakup of 2 plus 2 plus 4, which is 4 plus 4 is equal to 8 rupees. So where is the other 4 rupee? Okay, they have clearly said this is for the preparation. This costing is for preparation. There is one more stage called finishing. So the cost of finishing will be the balance 4 rupee, which is left out here, which left out, or I will say it is hidden here. Okay. Thus, next, the contrast the effect on the profits of Transferor Limited for 6 months, 25 weeks for supplying the units to Transferor Limited with the following alternative transfer price per unit. Okay, so there are various cases, and for all these cases, we have to work out the transfer price, and we also have to put the effect on profit. So how the profitability will improve for Transferor Limited. But one twist, one more twist, every time we do for the period that is given in the problem, but this time the previous period that is given in the problem is a week, but the question is asked for 6 months, which is nothing but 25 weeks. So we have to multiply the volume by 25 for the 6 months period. Okay, so all the calculation here we have to show in the 6 months period only. Okay, let me sum up all this data that is given in the question. So Transferee Limited wants 2000 units per week. Okay, so all the calculations here are asked for 6 months or 25 weeks. So the volume that we are going to discuss for 6 months is 2000 units per week multiplied by 25 weeks. 50,000 units is our volume for the calculations in this problem. Okay, so here if we do some mistake, okay, only God can save you guys. So here 2000 2000 volume is for week, but question is for 6 months. So for 6 months, how much weeks? That is also given in the question as 25 weeks. So 25 weeks multiplied by 2000 per week is equal to 50,000 units for 6 months period. So what is the marginal cost here? The total variable cost that is given, 2 rupee material is fully variable, 50 percentage of 2 rupee, 1 rupee is variable, 25 percentage of 4 rupee, 1 rupee is variable. So 2 plus 1 will be key. 4 rupees is the marginal cost. Okay, ROCE, yes, what is that? Okay, so return on capital employed. So here there is, okay, first point is marginal cost as per the transfer price. So now we are going to fix the transfer price. Okay, there are various cases. There are almost 6 cases that is given. In all the case, you have to fix the transfer price as per the requirement of each case. So case 1 is marginal cost. So what is the marginal cost? We have calculated already 4 rupees. So marginal cost of 4 rupees, that is the transfer price. Will you make any money? It is a marginal cost and transfer price. You are not going to make any profit for the Transferor Limited. So there is no incremental profit because of doing this sales to Transferee Limited. Okay, and next point is marginal cost plus 25%. So marginal cost is 4 rupee, which we saw earlier, plus 25% of 4 rupee is 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5 rupee. Are we making any additional money? Yes, we are making some additional profits. So what is the additional profit? We are making 1 rupee per unit. Okay, for how much units? 2000 units per week. For how many week? For 25 week. So 50,000 rupees we will make additional money. What is the next case? Marginal cost plus 15% return on capital employed. Capital employed is 20 lakh. Okay, so return on capital employed given in the problem is 15 percentage per annum. So that is not given in the question. So you guys may go wrong here. This is a slipping point. So always this kind of little bit difficult problem will have areas where we will slip, and that will add to a big tragedy. For example, this question is having 6 cases, and if you go wrong here in the second case itself and all your cases down, you would have calculated right. But just think the mindset of the uh, person who is going to evaluate your answer sheet. Okay, when the second option itself has gone wrong, he would have got a negative mindset, and he would have he would see all your answers in a different way. Okay, and look for the opportunity to cut marks, or opportunity that whether you would have done mistake or not. So the eyes will become a police. Okay, so guys, so we have to be very careful in the problem. So 15% return on capital employed and 15 percentages per annum. So this is what is the crux for this third thing. So return on capital employed 15 percentage on 20 lakhs is 3 lakh for the whole year, and now 6 months is that we are using for the calculation. So for 6 months period, that is half year, it's going to be 3 lakh divided by 2, which is 1.5 lakhs. So ROCE per unit will be 1.5 lakhs divided by 50,000 units, which we all know for the calculation purposes we are using 50,000 units for 6 months or 25 weeks period. Okay, so 3 rupee is the return the management is desire of per unit. So 4 rupee is the marginal cost. So question is marginal cost plus this return management desired return. So 15% of ROCE is 3 rupees. So 3 rupee plus marginal cost of 4 rupees is 7 rupees. Are we making any additional money? Yes, we are making additional money. Greater than marginal cost, whatever we make is the additional money. So 7 minus 4 is 3 rupee is the additional money that we are making per unit. So 3 rupee for 2000 units per week multiplied by 25 weeks is 1.5 lakhs. Okay, so we are making 1.5 lakhs in case C. So going to the next case, existing cost. What is existing cost? Okay, here once again you may get confused, because till now we have seen full cost or absorption cost. Okay, or total complete end-to-end cost. Okay, but what is existing cost? Okay, so they are putting one more additional word for this costing philosophy, which is a traditional costing philosophy of putting complete fixed cost everything on per unit basis. Okay, so that is the full cost. So what is the full cost here? Here you already have the data, 2 plus 2 plus 4. Okay, the labor and overheads include fixed. So variable plus fixed for the preparation stage is the complete cost, which is nothing but the existing cost, or you can also call it as absorption cost. So 2 plus 2 plus 4 is nothing but 8 rupees is the existing cost. Are we making any more money? Yes, anything that is more than marginal cost, we are making money. So marginal cost is 4 rupees. So 8 rupee is our transfer price. So we are making 8 rupee minus 4 rupee, 4 rupee per item. So 4 rupee multiplied by 2000 units for 1 week, and for 25 weeks, we are going to make 2 lakh rupee additional money. What is the next case? Existing cost plus portion of profit on the basis of preparing cost. Okay, portion of profit on the basis of preparing cost. Okay, so what is that? Can we clear that now itself? Portion of profit on the basis of preparing cost. So on the basis of preparing cost, okay, so preparing cost, we are considering it as a full cost. So what is the cost of preparing? Okay, so for that I have given the details here, you can see here. Okay, so transferee needs prepared material without finishing. Yes, we discussed this earlier. Full cost of prepared material is 2 plus 2 plus 4, which is 8. Yes, we discussed in our previous scenario. Full cost of finishing. What will be the cost of finishing? 16 rupees is the selling price. We are making profit of 4, which means the total cost is 12. Out of the 12, preparation cost is 8. So 12 minus 8, 4 rupee will be the cost of finishing. So in this case, a portion of profit on the basis of preparing cost divided by total cost. So the total cost is going to be 12 rupees. Okay, 16 minus profit of 4, 12 rupees the total cost, multiplied by unit profit. We are making 4 rupee as profit per unit. So total cost is 12, unit profit is 4, a portion of profit on the basis of preparing cost. So 16 rupees minus 8 rupees is the preparing cost. So profit based on preparing cost is 16 minus 8 is equal to 8. So 8 divided by 12 multiplied by 4. So that is a component, okay, which is added to this existing cost. So existing cost is 8. So 8 plus 4, 2.67 is going to be 10.67. So what is this 2.67? 2.67 is that 8 divided by 12 multiplied by 4 for calculating this portion. So 10.67 is the cost. Are we making more money? Yes. Anything more than marginal cost? Yes, we are making. So 4 rupees is the marginal cost. So if you reduce 10.67 from this, 6.67 rupees per unit, we are making money for 2000 units per week and 25 weeks. So totally we will be making approximately 3.33 lakhs for the 6 months period. Okay. So the last cases at agreed market price of 8.5. So here the market price for this item is 8.5. So let me fix the transfer price as market price itself. That is also a arm's length philosophy, right? So we need not go for so much of calculations when more details are not available or appropriate decision cannot be taken. Let's go ahead with the market price itself, which is 8.5. Okay, so market price of 8.5. Are we making more money? Yes. Anything that we are quoting more than the marginal cost is the money that we are making. So 4 rupees is the marginal cost. So 8.5 minus 4 will be 4.5 rupees per unit you are making. How much number of unit? 50,000 units, which is nothing but 2000 into 25 is 50,000 units. So 4.5 into 50,000 is 2.25 lakhs. Okay, so that is the money we are making. So guys, please rewind and see this. This is a little tricky problem. So there is a chance to slip at 2-3 locations. I know my students will not slip because they are fully aware of what is required. So I just made this tabular column for making it easy for you to understand. Okay, so all the best guys. So I will meet you in the next session soon. Thank you.